Okay, today we're going to talk about the sense of equilibrium. And there's two parts or two types of equilibrium. There's static, and static means to stay still or to not move. So static equilibrium deals with equilibrium when your body is sitting still or not moving. Dynamic equilibrium helps with balance and deals with movements of your head and body. So any sudden movement or sudden rotation will deal with dynamic equilibrium. If we are looking at static equilibrium, there's basically three organs that would be involved. The vestibule, which is inside of the inner portion of your ear, so we're looking at the inner part of your ear. The utricle and the saccule, which are part of your membranous labyrinth. Macula is the part that actually contains the hair cells, and those little hair cells are what actually pick up sound, pick up movement, and will pick up any rotations that happen inside of the head. The hair cells contain material called otoliths. They're almost just like little chunks of gelatinous material that are going to move inside of these cells. So what happened, typically gravity is going to cause this gelatin and the otoliths that are inside of it to shift, to move, and then when your hair cells bend, that bending generates a nerve impulse that will be sent away. Impulses are going to go to your brain by the way of the vestibular branch of the vestibulocochlear nerve. So vestibular branch is going to deal more with equilibrium. The cochlear branch will deal more with hearing. So here's a picture, as you can see. Here is that gelatinous material with the otoliths, they look like little rocks in the diagram. And what happens is these small hair cells all are attached to neurons, and when they pick up any type of movement in this material, that information is sent to the brain, and it can tell the rotation, the bending, the movement of your head, or the body position of your head. Dynamic equilibrium, the moving part, deals more with the semicircular canals. So you had your cochlea, the snail-looking portion of the ear that deals with hearing. These semicircular canals are going to deal with dynamic equilibrium or movement. Organs, the main organs are called cristae ampullaris, and they are inside of the ampulla of your semicircular canals. Most important to me, I want you to know that the semicircular canals are associated with dynamic equilibrium. Hair cells are also present here, and they also have a gelatinous material, and it's found inside of a cupula portion. So with dynamic equilibrium, it's going to pick up rapid movement of the head or body, roller coasters as your head is moving. And same thing, those impulses are going to be picked up by those hair cells, and those hair cells are going to be found way inside, so the endolymph on the inside of those semicircular canals. Mechanoreceptors are any type of a receptor cell that deals with movement. Proprioceptors, also called, deal with movement. Associated with joints, changes detected by the eyes, and help with equilibrium. Changes detected by the eyes, this would be the reason that some people feel better if they close their eyes when you're riding like a roller coaster and things like that, because those changes also will affect your equilibrium. And that is because your eyes, as your head moves, it also creates eye movements. Impulses travel to the brain through the vestibular branch again, and that indicates the position of the head. So here, if I look inside, here are my semicircular canals, and there's the cochlea. So here's hearing, here is equilibrium, and inside of these little parts of the semicircular canals are the cupula, these little domes that hold the hair cells that are going to pick up information on dynamic equilibrium. Here again, they are attached to neurons. So as my head turns, different areas of your semicircular canals will be affected. Notice that you have a vertical semicircular canal, a horizontal, and then one that comes off the side. Different movements of your head will be associated with different parts of those semicircular canals. And that's what I have on equilibrium. So next time we will move on to the eyes and sight.